Let me guess, you are a guy who spends a lot of the time in a state of slight anxiety. And most of the day, you feel bored. And also, quite often, you find yourself just straight up feeling lonely, right? Now, you watch all these glow videos, you put in the work, you're seeing improvements, but this doesn't really solve those issues, right? But finding a few solid hobbies will. After all, it was the philosopher Viktor Frankl who said the meaning of life is to at all times have a purpose, something to do, a passion. So I believe there are 4 categories of hobbies, and you should find a hobby that lies within each category. So to illustrate this to you, my editor came up with this fancy Venn diagram with each category. On the left, we have social and solo hobbies, right? Hobbies you do with other people and things you do just by yourself. And then the other 2 categories are mental hobbies and physical hobbies. Pretty self-explanatory. But you want to find hobbies that lay within each of these categories. Luckily, some hobbies overlap and will fill out 2 categories. Some will only fill 1, but ideally you want to fill out all 4 categories. So today I'm going to share with you some of the best and my favorite hobbies within each of the categories, and if any of these seem interesting to you, I recommend trying them out, and you'll be a better, more complete person because of it. So first off, social hobbies. I think it was Aristotle who first said that we humans are social creatures. We have this intrinsic desire, this need to connect with other humans. You need to have a social outlet, some people that you meet with, some people you interact with, and kind of fill out that social tank, so to speak. So some things you can do is you can take a language class. This is a really cool one. You meet other people, meet some cute chicks maybe from different countries or whatever, but also you're learning, and then you could go implement it in that country or multiple countries if it's, a language that applies to multiple places. A dance class. This one is epic. Everybody is impressed when a guy can bust out some dance moves, especially women. You sign up for a dance class, you can meet a bunch of different people, you're basically forced to interact with them, you'll probably have the opportunity to dance with some cute chicks, and then the next time you're at the club or a wedding or something, you can bust out the moves and basically be the star of that event. Group hikes. Group hikes are awesome. It's an activity, you go get some sunshine, get your vitamin C levels met, and you're also hanging out with other people. It's nice and slow, you can talk with them, and also exercising a little bit, you're burning some calories, and you're staying fit. Group hikes are epic. And the last one is one that I've done in the past, and I recommend you do too, is a bowling league. Bowling is super fun, especially when you get really good at it, and then also you have to take breaks to let other people bowl, so what do you do during those breaks? You just sit down and talk with the people around you and build connections. Now, before we get into the solo hobbies, first we got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video over at Tej Hanley. So shout out to these guys. This is a skincare company, and I've been actually using their products since my very first YouTube videos. My first YouTube video that actually went viral, I was talking about using Tej Hanley, not sponsored or anything, and I've been using it ever since. So shout out to them. Tej Hanley is a subscription-based skincare company. So if you have no idea what you're doing when it comes to skincare, I definitely recommend checking them out, and I recommend starting with their level 1 skincare package. You simply go online and sign up, and it's delivered to your door each and every month without you having to move a muscle. The level 1 skincare package comes with a morning and evening moisturizer, a daily face wash, and an exfoliating scrub. So basically all the basics that a man needs, especially if you're just totally new to this, don't know what you're doing or what your skin type is like. I think the best thing about Tej Hanley, other than you not having to leave your house, is that the daily moisturizer has SPF 20 sunblock in it. That's super important because the sun is going to do crazy damage to your skin, so you got to be proactive and start, blocking it. So the Tej Hanley moisturizer takes care of that for you. So yeah, I've been using it for the past 4 years and keeping my skin looking right. If you're interested, I'll put the link down below. And I got a deal, so you know what that means. You guys get a deal too. Click the link in the description and get 30% off of your first box plus a free gift. You're welcome. Start taking care of your Start taking care of your skin, boys. It's important. Next category is solo hobbies. You can't always count on having a bunch of people around, and you're not going to want to have that anyways. After you fulfill your social outlet levels, you're going to want to have some downtime. So you need to have some hobbies other than, you know, playing video games and jerking off to fulfill that, right? So I recommend trying out getting into some sort of art, something that kind of, you know, engages that creative side of your brain, you know, painting or sculpting. That's one that I definitely want to get into in the future. I think it's beautiful creating things like the David by Michelangelo, Perseus and Medusa. How sick would that be to be able to create something like that? Anyway, woodworking, just taking a chunk of wood and creating something useful out of it, like a cabinet or a desk, table, you know? I did it in high school and it was so much fun and so peaceful and calm. Reading. I know what you're thinking. Reading's gay, reading sucks. Ugh, I do enough reading in school. No, trust me. I thought the same thing. You know, a few years ago, got back into reading, and when you find a good book that you're totally into, it's literally better than watching TV or playing video games. It's like so good. It's so enjoyable. My favorite book that I read recently is called The Madhouse at the End of the Earth, and it's about this ship in the 1900s that was trying to sail the furthest south into the Antarctic, and the ice froze around them and they got stuck there for like 4 months, and it's just crazy. So consider reading that. Learning Photoshop or editing videos. This is something that you can do if you have a laptop or a computer. Get good at manipulating photos or creating YouTube videos or something, and maybe one day you could land a job and make some money doing that. My editor here, he makes a living doing this stuff. And when you start getting the hang of it, it's super enjoyable and therapeutic. I know, because I did it for like the first 4 years that I was on YouTube. Next category is mental. You can't spend your whole day running and jumping and lifting heavy shit. You need to chill out sometimes and sharpen your mind. So here's some mental hobbies that are going to help with that. Chess. Chess is an extremely mental challenge, and no matter how good you get, you can always get better. It's complete strategy, and it's just badass when you see suave gentleman playing chess. He looks like a fucking G. Poker. Poker is another one of those hobbies, one of those activities that looks so cool. When you see someone that's good at poker, they just look like a freaking badass. I unfortunately don't know how to play poker, but that's definitely something I want to learn in the future. Programming or coding. Opening your laptop and creating a website that people can use, right? I took a coding class back in college and it was super challenging. I know a lot of you guys are probably really good at it and it's super impressive. I'm super impressed by it. You guys don't care. I'm impressed. And then finally, learning an instrument. This is also something that I wish I had done sooner, and I still am not doing it, but I would definitely love to learn an instrument someday. It's just so cool, so impressive. It's just as impressive as learning a language or something like that. And you can use it whenever you want for the rest of your life. Once you learn that skill, you have it always. And that brings us to the last and final category, which is, of course, physical hobbies. I think everybody needs at least one thing that gets them moving the body and conditioning their body each and every day. For me, I love running. Try out running. It's so therapeutic when you get in that zone. You really do get this high thing going on, and you never ever feel bad after a long run. I mean, it might hurt a little bit, but afterwards you feel so good and so rewarding. Practice MMA, judo, jujitsu, karate, grappling, right? Boxing even. Is that MMA? Yeah, I think so. These are incredibly hard workouts, and they have so many benefits. They make you obviously more fit, but also they sharpen your discipline skills, your patience, your timing, your reactions, everything. CrossFit. CrossFit is like the ultimate workout. I don't know if you guys saw that show Physical 100 on Netflix, the 100 most fit people in Korea to compete, and the person that won, spoiler alert, he was a CrossFitter. He was the most fit person. So CrossFit is like the best workout. As much as people clown on it, CrossFit's dope. And then finally, what other than a team sport, something like volleyball or basketball, something where you can interact with other people, you're getting in a great workout, but also you're building relationships, and you know, it's fun as So that's it. Those are my recommendations. Consider trying some of those out and try to fill every category. And until next time, peace.